I'm going to be demonstrating today how we get poppy seeds from our poppies that we grow in our heritage garden here at Kauffman Museum. The poppy seeds are planted in February, mid-February, earlier than a lot of our garden plants. And the flowers bloom in May, and the seed pods are usually dry at some point in June. And when they're really dry, we separate the pod from the stem. We have just the pods. Traditionally, these pods would have been cut open by hand and then the seeds emptied out. I'll just do one of those like that. And the tiny seeds are almost like grains of sand. It would be a laborious process to do this all by hand. We're fortunate at the museum to have a machine that was invented. It was created by a man in Mound Ridge, Christian Poppy Seed Kauffman was his nickname. He made several machines back in the 1970s. One is part of our collection. It's in our Ratzliff barn. This machine is on loan to us from Tom and Becky Schrag frets. It's all a long-term loan, and we appreciate being able to use it today to demonstrate a less time-intensive way of harvesting the seed. This machine has a hopper that I'll load the pods into, and it has fingers in there that break up the pod, and then it'll run down a conveyor belt. The seeds will drop out the bottom of the machine, and the waste from the hole will go out the end into a bucket. Turn it on. After we've threshed the poppy seed, looks like we got from about 5 gallons of pods, we maybe got a couple quarts of poppy seed. Still have work to do. There's a bit of hole left in here. To get it totally clean, you can lightly blow off some of the chaff. Then we'll put it in pans of water, and the lighter parts of the hole will float, and you can skim that off. Do several rinses of water. Once it's pretty well clean, then I'll take the poppy seed, put it in a pillowcase, which is dense enough fabric the fine seeds don't slip through the weave and the water drips out. Hang it up to drip for a few hours, and then I'll spread it out on cookie sheets to do the final drying, and then we'll package it up in jars and in Ziplocs to sell in the Kauffman Museum store, where you then can use in your baking. If you haven't made poppy seed roll before, a good source for recipe is Melting Pot of Mennonite Cookery, which on page 142 has a recipe for Mockkuchen or poppy seed roll. Particularly a tradition of Swiss Volhynian Mennonites who immigrated here to North America in the 1870s from Volhynia to South Dakota, particularly the communities of Freeman, and here in Kansas to the Mound Ridge area and Pretty Prairie. So thank you, Volhynians, for introducing poppy seed roll to North America.